Hello VC, YouTube, everybody else. Danny Valderrama 69 back here again. I'm going to do a video I've been promising for a while now. Got some stuff through the post this morning, so I can finish this off now and finally do it. So yeah, this is my Snuff collection video. I'm going to show you everything I own by the band Snuff, and then we might talk about some of the other bands Snuff related. First off, we'll go through the 7 inches that I've got, and then we'll go through the albums. In fact, no, we'll go through the albums first, and then we'll go through the 7 inches. How about that? Switching it up a little bit. Hey. So the first album is this, Snuff Said, shortened. It's got a really long title. The full title is Snuff Said, Call Blimey Gov. Snuff Said, Call Blimey Govs, stone me if you didn't throw a wobbly, cha 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 cha, you're going home in a cosmic ambulance. Full title. That's the beast, that's the back. It's on Workers' Playtime, which is an offshoot of a British, UK offshoot of Alternative Tentacles. Signed pretty much just British bands, I think, or European bands at least, anyway. And released the Alternative Tentacle stuff as well. That's the inlay, it's the inserts and whatnot. And there's the labels itself. A lot of people say this is the best album, the first album. I would have to disagree. I think it's a great album, but I don't think it's the best. We'll get to my choice of the best later on. Next up is a single taken off the Snuff Said album. This is the Workers' Playtime EP. You've got on this, on the 12-inch version, this is a Japanese only version. There's 5 tracks on here. Not Listening, Dead and Buried, That's Enough, and From Both Sides, and No One Home. And the last track is Don't Fear the Reaper, cover of Don't Fear the Reaper. On the 7-inch version of this, which is there, you've got Not Listening, Dead and Buried, That's Enough, and From Both Sides, and No One's Home. There's the inlay from the 7-inch. Gonna get that right. Lyrics and what's not, and then some random pictures on the inside. At this point in the band, there was only 4 members, 3 proper full members and 1 part-time. Duncan Redmonds on drums and vocals. His brother on trombone, who would come in, would be the part-time member, and 2 other guys whose names escape me at this moment in time, and are not easily readable off the album. I won't give you a full band family tree of Snuff. If you want to know that, go on Wikipedia and look it up. This is just what I own. So next up is the second album, if you want to call it that, or it could just their first EP. This is Flibba-Dibba-Dibba-Dob. This was classed as not long enough to be an album, so whoever declares it, makes it an album or an EP or whatever. Again, on Workers' Playtime. This is my favourite Snuff record. They do TV adverts and theme tune covers on here, and it's mainly a covers album. Cover like the Who cover on here, Can't Explain, and couple of a Reach Out by the whoever did that. Easy Shade of Winter, City Baby Attacked by Rats by GBH. This is my favourite album. It makes me smile the minute I put it on to the minute I take it off. So Flibba-Dibba-Dibba-Dog. Next up with the live album, Live at the Kilburn, from November 1990. As live albums go, this is pretty decent. Sounds pretty good. See the date at the bottom there. 17th of November 1990, the Kilburn National. Next up, next album, second full proper album, or third, whichever way you want to go. Reach. This is a great little album. It's a bit of a grower, but once it's grown on you, it's really, really good. There's some great cracking songs on here. They don't really play much off the old stuff live anymore, but I don't think they play much of this at all really live anymore. But there's some really good songs on here. Spend, 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 and Smile. That's Fine is on here as well. Next up is the 12-inch single taken from the album Reach. This is That's Fine, Smile, with Another Day and two covers on the B-side, I Can See Clearly Now and You're Wondering Now. Right, next up is the album that everybody who likes 90s punk, so if you're a fan of that record label there, Fat Wreck or Epitaph, or you know, if you're a 90s fan of punk, you're a fan of this album. This is Demonism Bebonk. I can never get this name of this album right. Dem Mam Us Abibonk. Anyway, some cracking songs on this. Martin, Nick Northern, Look Mum, there's Vikings on the Tundra again. B is on here. Yeah, B there at the bottom. Horse and Cart. Some absolutely brilliant songs on here. I can understand why a lot of people like it and claim it's the best album. For me, it's a close second, to be quite honest. Very good album though. Next up, I'll show these together because they sort of are together, and I've taken, yeah. So we've got three things here. The 7-inch is the Do 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 EP, and has the songs Standing on the Shadows of Love, I Will Survive, Soul, Limbo, and It Must Be Boring Being in Snuff. Now those four songs are on this 7-inch EP, Do 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 EP, and they're also not on here actually, in fact. So these two, this is Potatoes and Melons at wholesale prices to you, the public. 10-inch on Deceptive Records. The 7-inch is on Deceptive Records as well. So the covers on here are Magic Moments and with a theme tune to Whatever Happened to the Lightly Lads and The Rivers of Babylon. So if you combine this and this EP, you get this album. Potatoes and Melons, wholesale prices, straight from the lockup. What is it? This one was my first ever introduction to Snuff. Heard this, my mate had this on CD. Heard this, fell in love with it. Went out and bought this on CD. I absolutely love it, and now I own it all on vinyl. I've got the 7-inch as well. Brilliant stuff. Until Flibberdibberdibberdob came along, and then I heard Demonism Bebonk. This was my favourite. Over time, because I've heard him so much, it's sort of, you know, I like to change it up with this stuff, like as my favourites, etc. But always have a special place in my heart, those two albums, because you know the first thing I heard by him, and it's what really got me into the band. Next up is a cracking album. This is a superb album. Not enough people give this enough love, but this is Tweet Tweet My Lovely. Again, a classic 90s punk album. This is on Fat Wreck, as you can see, and there's no covers on this. It's just Snuff songs, and they're all brilliant. They're all absolutely brilliant. Bob and Arseholes being two standout tracks on this album. So Tweet Tweet My Lovely. I've got the insert with this as well. Nice picture of a fly. And then lyrics, etc. on the back with a very random picture there. Underneath it says tripping, Soldiers on parades thought he was a puffin. And yeah, so that's Tweet Tweet My Lovely. Next up is a compilation album, 2 albums, In the Fish Tank and Oshideshi. Oshideshi was a Japanese only release. In the Fish Tank was a CD only release. This got put onto vinyl by Snuff's own record label, 10 past 12 Records. I believe this is 10 past 12 Records. My favourite side is the In the Fish Tank side, the bottom bit there. If you've ever heard the song No, We Have No Bananas, and you like it, and you want to hear a punk version of it, a ska version of it, and a heavy metal version of it, give In the Fish Tank a listen. There's 3 or 4 versions on there, and they're absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. The theme tune to Match of the Day gets covered as well on there for any British football fans, and the Snuff version of the theme tune to Match of the Day is awesome. That's all I will say about that. One of my favourite Snuff songs. Right, next up, got this thanks to Ned's Tommy Dustbin 1, Damien. Thank you very much, Damien. This is Numbnuts. This is one of the later 90s albums. I think this came out around 99, maybe 2000. There's the inlay. All the Japanese toys. On the back there, a bit of a collage with the lyrics underneath. This album took me a very long time to get into, and I mean, I'm talking like last year. I finally got into it after nearly 10 years of listening to it. Yeah, initially it doesn't smack you as being brilliant, but then songs start to grow on you a little bit, and you know, you just get into it, end up getting into it. Really good album, I think. Numbnuts. The British version, which I've got but on CD, has a cover of the Fatboy Slim song Rockefeller Skank on there. The vinyl album version doesn't, for some reason. Just ends at the song Cake. Another one of my favourite Snuff songs of all time, Fuck Off, is on this album. Brilliant bass line to that song. So next up, it's the 10-inch EP Blue Gravy. This came out in 2001. This is a re-release on Fat Wreck on 10-inch on blue vinyl. Again, thank you, Damien, for this. Let's Tommy Dustbin 1. You can see there, Fat Wreck. It's the inlay 2. Again, 2 of my favourite songs, Blue Gravy and Damaged. Both instrumental songs, but really, really rocking stuff. Bit of tour information, etc. in there. So that's that one. Then next up, the double album. Not the best album ever, if I'm being honest. Disposable Income. It's just a little boring in parts, especially record 2. It's got a lot of dub stuff and slower stuff, and it's just, I mean, I can understand, you know, what they're doing. That's the inlay. I can understand where they're going, and you know, they've got a Hammond organ in full force by this point. Tweet Tweet My Lovely is the first real album probably, with the Hammond on there, and just fills out the sound a lot. But by the time you get to this, they're sort of trying dub, a lot of dub and reggae and stuff, and it's just not working. This one's on Golf, or is it Golf Records? There you go. Not the best album, really, to be quite honest. And then we get to the album that came out this year, 2013. I managed to get this at the end of 2012. But this is 54321 perhaps. Released by Fat Wreck, and a real return to form. This is a really great album. So far, from what I've heard from 2013, this is my favourite record of 2013 so far. There's the inlay with all the lyrics, etc, etc. Let me show you the beauty of this vinyl. It's purple and green. Loveliness. Absolutely brilliant. Like I say, a true return to form. This honestly is a great album. If you're wanting to you wanted to check out Snuff and you've never heard them before, I'd get this album. Really, I would. I'd get this and then maybe look back and get Demonissa Bonk or Flibbidibbidibbidop or Snuff Said. But you know, you can't go wrong if you get the new album as well. You know, the new album. So let's go through the 7 inches that I've got. I've already showed you the Do 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 EP and the Workers Playtime EP. So the second sort of 7-inch release, if you will, is this Snuff Tour single, the Blankety Blank EP, if you will. That's the back cover. It folds out like that into there, inlay, and it's on blue flexi disc, single-sided blue flexi. Got a cover of the theme tune to Blankety Blank, which was a game show in the UK. It may have been on in the States or somewhere else as well, Canada or whatever. I don't know. Next up is That's Fine, Den Den, and What Kind of Love is on here as well. Den Den is a really good song as well. I'm going to check that out. This is on. This is the International Pop Underground and K Records, I think it is as well. I need to turn this record over before we can continue. Oh no, I don't. No, I've got one track left. Next up, the Long Ball to No One EP. I found this in my copy of Demonissa Bonk when I bought it. Didn't know about it till I got it home and it fell out. So I wasn't about to tell the guy in the shop that I got this for free. Nick Northern Walk, Caught in Session, and Dow Boof Boof is on here. Cool. Next up, my favourite all-time song by Snuff, Gandhara, their cover of Gandhara. There's also on here a Japanese version of Auld Lang Syne and another Japanese song. This is one of the first records on 10 Past 12 record as well, which is their own record label, Snuff's own record label. Don't release too much through that, but what they do is always very good. So that's Gandhara and Friends. Next up, the Christmas single-sided Christmas single, the cover of the theme tune to Whatever Happened to the Likely Lads. It comes in a sort of parcel packaging, Christmas packaging special one. Single-sided EP, or 45 if you will. That's that side, and then on the blank side they've scratched in there. It says ho ho ho, blah blah blah, ho ho ho, blah blah blah, ho ho ho. So that's what's in the dead wax on the back. This, I'd say this is their biggest song, Whatever Happened to the Lads. Everybody knows it. It's always a good sing along, and they usually sort of close the shows by doing this, and you know, get the crowd going. It is a great song. If anyone remembers the theme, the show itself, I wasn't old enough to watch it the first time around, but whatever happened to the lads. Now I have to turn this record off. Bear with me a moment. Right. Right. Next up is this This is the top limited edition Snuff versus Urban Dub Phase 9. I've showed you the 10 inch. The Blue Gravy Phase 9 10 inch. This is remixes of two of the songs for the inlay. Nick Northern and Damage Done. These are, the blue side is the re-recorded versions of the songs, and then the camouflage side is dub versions of the songs, and they come on, picture this, 7 inches. So this is the Snuff re-recorded versions. On the back there, Damage Done and Nick Northern. And this is the camouflage side, the urban dub side, if you will. And you see there, Damage Dub and Northern Dub, the B-sides there and back. And then that leads us to the most recent single off the new album, 54321 Perhaps, in the stocks. Now this is available on, or was available on yellow vinyl. I wasn't fast enough to get that, so I've just got the black version on Fat Wreck, of course. So, as well as there being the band Snuff, there's been a lot of side project bands come out of Snuff. Initially they split up after the Flibba Dibba Dibba Dob album. When the Flibba Dibba Dibba Dob and the Kilburn National, the live album came out, they'd split up by that point. They got back together, but whilst they'd split up, Duncan, the singer drummer, Duncan Redmond's formed a band with one of the members of the Wild Arts called Guns and Wankers. Now this is the album for dancing and listening, and this was released on Fat Records. Where is it? There we go, Fat Records. And the inlay there, blank on that side, and there's the labels, Fat Rec, and on this side it says stop. Before playing this record, be certain your needle is good. Okay. So they released. They didn't release this straight as an album straight away. They released 3 7-inch singles before releasing the album. Now, previously to today, I just had the Metal 7-inch EP, which I'll take it out and show you. Metal. Basically, there's 4 songs in here, 3 songs in here, 3 songs on this, and the Metal EP never made it onto the album for dancing and listening. So that's, and the inlay is just very similar in the front cover. Is exactly the same to the inlay that's in the record. Now they also released the same time that Metal came out. They released 2 others, Pop and Hardcore as well. These 2 records make up the album for dancing and listening. There was a 3rd one released, I think called Spunk or Jizz or something like that, came free with a magazine, and there was some other bands on the B-sides as well. There's only 1 Guns and Wankers song on there. That's rarer than Rockin' or Shit, so I don't think I'll ever be owning that one, but it's nice to own, you know, all 3 of them, Metal, Pop and Hardcore, and you know, yeah, it's just nice to have all 3. Also, another Snuff, Duncan Redmond's really band. Duncan Redmond's drummer and singer for Snuff. Obviously, he's drummer and singer for Guns and Wankers as well. Snuff went on sort of hiatus after Damage Done came out. In between Damage Done and 54321, which came out last year, it's been about 10 years. Sorry, not probably about 7 or 8 actually years. In that time, Duncan formed his own band, which he recorded all the music on this album. This band's called Billy No Mates, The album's called Duck Duck Goose Goose. They've got a few other albums out, but I only own Duck Duck Goose Goose. Basically, Duncan did the drums, bass, guitar, vocals, and then wanted to take the music out on tour. So he wanted to form 3 bands, but ended up forming 2. One for touring Japan with, and one for touring the UK with, and America. He was going to form an American band, but that one fell through. The Japanese band has members from the band High Standards in them, and if I can reach it, there we go. Members from this band, High Standard, which are a Japanese punk band who was signed to Fat Wreck. So there's members of High Standard in Billy No Mates. So I've got the album Duck Duck Goose Goose, and that's what we're listening to right now. This is in the background, Duck Duck Goose Goose. It's on purple vinyl on No Idea Records. I'd show you, but we're listening to it, so it's a bit hard. But I've also got this 7-inch single taken from the album Duck Duck Goose Goose. This is Heave Ho Britain, and I believe this was a Record Store Day, 2011 Record Store Day only release, and on green vinyl. Billy No Mates. Billy No Mates. Billy No Mates, if you don't know, is a British sort of slang term for someone who has no friends. Oh, he's a Billy No Mates. So, anyway, that is everything I've got by Snuff / Duncan Redmonds on vinyl. Hope you've enjoyed it. Sorry, it's like 27 minutes long nearly, but I just wanted to do this to, get it out there, show it, do a video. I said I've been doing it for a while, so yeah, like you say, I hope you enjoyed this. Comment if you want to know anything more about Snuff. Comment and ask me, and I'll try and tell you. Like the video, leave a comment if you like. That's it though. Now you know, and knowing is half the battle. Until next time, VC. See you in a bit.